Hey, it's me again, Rachel from Modern Life Survivalist or almadas.com, and it is week 17 of pregnancy. I went to Special Beginnings for my very first midwife appointment there. I transferred from the Baltimore Midwives to that place because this is a freestanding birth center and it seems to be the closest one in my area. You know, I went through the tour, like I said, I believe I said last week, and I really enjoyed it. All my records were transferred, and she said that everything looked fine except for my platelets being low. It is at 125,000 and the normal amount is 150,000. She said she isn't too worried about it because I did take the test earlier on, but she said to retake the test around week 28, which is, I believe, 2 appointments from now. I'll see them again in 4 weeks, so, you know, not until then. And the concern with that is she said that if my platelets go below 100,000, then that rules me out for the birthing center, which means I'll have to go to the hospital at Anne Arundel County Hospital. And of course, I really do not want to do that. The birthing center was already a second option for me. I wanted to do the home births, but since I'm sharing a house, it's not really preferred because I'm just a tenant here. But the birthing center is a really good option, and I really like the place. The place looks like a house. It looks like a bedroom, even better than my bedroom even. So I like it. Rob measured the EMFs around the area, and there is one particular room that is ideal because it's the farthest away from the Wi-Fi. So if you're ever going to Special Beginnings and you're in Maryland or Virginia or DC and you're concerned about EMFs, then there is a room there that's farthest away from it. The router is downstairs and the bedrooms where you deliver is in the 2nd floor. And they do have a range extender so that everybody else in the offices can get the signal. They don't intend for the family members to be able to reach the router downstairs, knowing that everybody has cell phones and connected to their own networks anyway. So that's good. So go as far as you can from the router if you are concerned about that kind of thing. And I mean, I think all the bedrooms are equally nice anyway, so it's not like the farthest away is the shabbiest looking one. They're all really good. They all look different. Sure, you might have a wall preference color or something. I'm not going to go into why we're doing this. If you go on our website, modernlifesurvivalist.com, Rob in particular writes a lot about EMF safety and the effects of electromagnetic frequency, you know, coming from Wi-Fi or your router, from your cell phone, from radio towers, and all kinds of things that you cannot see but are very important to your health. He talks about that on the blog. And especially vulnerable are the babies because their skulls are a lot thinner than ours and have yet to develop their brains. Platelets, going back to that, I did some research, and of course I heard about the really freaky stuff and, you know, some news that helped relieve my tension. Not that I was completely tense. I did take my blood work during the beginning of my pregnancy, early first trimester, and that was when I wasn't really eating, I wasn't feeling well. I was not paleo at all, not even a real foodie, because I was starting to eat junk food, potato chips and, you know, rice chips and things like that because I couldn't put down anything. I think that was about the extent of my bad eating. I didn't really eat anything that I wouldn't eat. I didn't touch corn or soy. I did have a little bit of vegetable oil, cottonseed oil, I believe, or that's it. Saying that a lot of people in the medical community might say that food doesn't really have any effect on the number of your platelets. And I have heard this. But apparently from experimentation from many that had to forego eating healthy because they just couldn't eat healthy during their first trimester, they noticed that their platelets were low. One of the bloggers I even read about said that her platelets were 125,000, just like mine. And after forcing herself to eat better with real food instead of junk food. So I wouldn't say just paleo saves your platelets. I'm just saying that real food instead of junk food, eating clean food, eating the right nutrient-dense food, less sugar, absolutely no refined sugar, unprocessed foods, especially if it's organic, really helps in the overall health. So of course it would naturally also include your platelets, and low platelets meaning that you have an unhealthy body. And they saw a big difference, and it wasn't just their feeling, it was numerically through the test results that they found platelets went up and they were in the normal range. So, and then whenever they cheated, they tested again, their platelets went low. So I'm pretty confident that by the time I test again, considering that I have my appetite back, not that I'm eating a whole lot, I'm still eating a little bit at a time. So I don't eat like I used to, I still don't, but I am a lot better than how I used to eat during the first trimester. I think that my platelets will be back to normal and I will be in the safe zone for birthing at a birthing center. So I really hope so, and regardless of whether or not they're giving birth, regardless of whether they prefer a birthing center or not, that just needs to be normal, right? Because you wouldn't want to die of bleeding to death. What a horrible way to die. That's really pretty much it. Week 17 was when I had my first appointment. I'm in my second trimester. I'm going to see my parents again a few weeks from now, so that'll be the second time that they will be seeing me. And I think my mom and my parents really want to see me as I progress in the growing of my belly, and my nephews get to touch my belly and all that, unpolitely, but since they're kids, that's excusable, right? That's what they do. And I don't mind it anyway. I'm not one of those moms. Not that that's a bad thing, but, I open up my privacy for family sometimes. It is, oh yeah, I gained a pound. So I am weighing at 131.2 this week and last week. And that's good for me because I lost 8 pounds during my first trimester. And my belly is growing bigger though. The midwife said that, my uterus is definitely expanded. Not that she had seen me before that, but she just noticed the growth of it. And I'm assuming, without her giving me the exact measurement, that she was confirming that the growth of my uterus corresponds with the week of pregnancy that I am in. That's good. And I gained a pound, and it seems like it's staying. So let's see about next week. They say that you should be roughly gaining a pound a week. Oh my goodness. Or a half a pound. Don't feel bad if you don't get a whole pound. And I'm assuming that it's a little different if you have twins or triplets or quadruplets. Sometimes it surprises Rob, who comes home from being away all day. He sees that I'm all of a sudden visibly pregnant. I think that's true in some ways, but it's also true that because I care about what I wear, that I'm very mindful of that. And I tend to wear clothes that are a little loose on the bottom, or, wear dark clothes. So I'll probably be blogging about that and just helping other women, not that pregnancy is an ugly thing, but especially if you haven't publicly announced your pregnancy, you wouldn't want to give that away. So this is week 17 belly. And if I must, alright, week 17. The growth of the uterus is good. Midwife was able to point to where that was. That was nice. She didn't hear the heartbeat yet. I refused to use the Doppler, so she used a fetoscope upon my request. seems like not a lot of people ask for that, but there have been people who have asked for that. I also still refuse the ultrasounds. That was nice.